Well, after 5 years of ownership, two G90s, both of them that I love, I finally had a problem. And it's a common problem I'm hearing that I never experienced, but no transmit, no receive, nothing but white noise when you cut it on. And I thought this thing was catastrophic. It's actually a very common problem and a very easy fix. I'll tell you all about it. Stick around. So after close to 5 years of owning a G90, this is my second one and the first real problem I've had. Now, my first G90, I had issues with the power, and that's just from plugging and unplugging and plugging. And I wore it out, and I gone in and kind of hacked it. It still works. It's fine. I bought this second generation just for the power pole connection on it as well. Love this thing. I've put both of these G90s through some abuse. I mean, I go out on the beach and through weather, wind, sand, whatever, never had a problem. Now, last week I figured I was going to go out portable with this thing, plug it in. It drove me crazy. I adjusted the antenna, everything was fine. I'm like, band conditions are bad. But then I tried to transmit and nothing. So it was nothing but white noise. I was like, oh, wow, it's finally happened. I've got a catastrophic issue with my G90. So I did some research, went online, and there seems to be a very common problem. And it's simple. It's a very simple and easy fix. It's the line from the SO239 socket to the board, basically right to the middle. From all of the taking the coax off and on, off and on, off and on, that line on the inside comes off from the solder at the SO239, the back of it. Pretty simple fix, but does take a little bit of work. I'll walk you through it, and we can. I'll show you how easy it was and how I fixed it. Start off with the tools you're going to need. You're going to need an M2 hex head. Now, most people think, I'll just use an Allen wrench, M2 Allen wrench. I highly advise against it. It's a pain in the butt. It's going to drive you nuts. Go out and just get a good hex screwdriver, M2. This thing will save you a lot of trouble. Going to need a Phillips head screwdriver. Pair of pliers, not pliers, tweezers. I started with needle nose pliers, switched over to tweezers, a soldering iron, small soldering iron, and a little bit of solder. So let's get started. Here's how I went about it. I started by removing the bottom. The bottom. If you look at the G90, you see some little rubber fixtures on the bottom. I started by removing the bottom. Now you're going to see on the bottom, you're going to have a warranty seal. Yes, if you break that seal, the warranty's dead. So, I mean, that's up to you. This thing is a $400 radio. If you want to get it fixed real quick and use it, go for it. If you feel like it's still under warranty, you want to send it back to Radiodity or Xiegu, wherever you're at, do that. But anyway, you're going to have, just heads up, you're going to have to do this. I guess I should do the disclaimer now. Do this at your own risk, so don't blame me if things go bad. All right, so I took off the bottom, and when I took the bottom off, I had a look in. The bottom was easy. It's just the H2 hex screws off the bottom and popped it off. I had a look inside, and there I could see it when I looked in. And you're going to need a little flashlight. It helps as well. I looked in, and there I could see it, plain as day. The wire from the board to the center post of the SO239, the backside, had become disconnected from me abusing it, I'm sure. So there it was. Problem is, getting in there and getting it fixed was almost impossible. I didn't want to pop that bottom board off. So I decided, okay, let's check the other side. So from that point, once again, easy, H2 hex screws, 6 of them in the top, just pop them off. But in order to do that, I had to take the top, the front off. That's pretty easy to do too, just to remove the two forward guards, face guards, pop the top off, it slides right off, it's easy. The front panel, I should say, it slides right off and it's easy, and there you go. Then from that point, you can take and get the top panel off with the speaker. From that point, what you have to do is disconnect the speaker. Makes it easy. There's a spot on the board, you can see it says right there where it says speaker, disconnect it, pull the panel away. All right, now, once again, I looked in, it's like, man, I still can't get to it completely. Easy do. I removed the board, the board right there. And what I did was, this took Phillips head screwdriver. So a Phillips head screwdriver, remove the board. All I did was unplug the TX and RX wires. Pretty simple. They pop right in, right out. You can see where they go. Pop those off, and then once I got in, I could see it clear as day. There it was. From that point, it was just an easy fix. I just heated up the existing solder, heated up a little bit more of solder on my soldering iron, and patched it up, put it together, and there it was. Let it cool, nice and dry, and I think I had a good connection. I mean, I'm not the world's greatest solderer, but hey, there it was. I did it. What I did before I put it all back together was took the coax itself, plugged it in and out, and in and out, and just kind of gave it a the dummy test of going in and out without my my soldering work, what I did without it breaking out on me or going down. So that was before I put it all together. From that point, pretty simple. Put it all back together, plugged it in, and tried it out. Okay, here's the moment of truth. Let's fire this bad boy up. Oh yeah, some spectrum there. Something's going on. It's receiving. Band's dead right now. Maybe we'll try a different band. Let's go to... Yeah, beautiful, 40 meters. Receiving well. Okay. So that did the trick. There you go. All right, it's receiving. Let's go back to 20 meter band. Things are dead right now. I mean, dead. Let's put it mode on AM. Let's cut this on. The reason I have this tuner up here is I can also prove that I'm putting out with a carrier here. AM, let's key her up and see what happens. There you go. 21, 22 watts, right around 20 watts. So here we go. It's working. I fixed it. Whew. Well, there you go. The easy SO239 fix. I've seen so many people go, I bought this thing and it died. I'm pretty sure probably 75, maybe 99% of them are that issue right there. If you're cutting it on and you're getting a screen, it's powering, you can hear just the white noise on it. More than likely, that's what it is, and that's an easy fix. I hope this helps people. Maybe you've got a G90 you bought and it died. You set it back, set it down. Hey, go in and it's an easy fix. Fix it, get back out there, because this radio is amazing. It's a great little radio, inexpensive, and I think for the price, the best money you could spend on a radio for sure. There you go. I hope that helps somebody. I know it sounded like it was catastrophic and terrible. What an easy, simple little fix. Minor issue. Maybe Xiegu can put some thought into this with the next generation, or as they're putting them out, maybe a better solder job. I don't know. I got a feeling most of it is because I use it portable so much, and I bet that thing has gone in and out 100 times, and I guess over time, things wear out, and that's it. Hope the video helped you. If it did, please like and subscribe. Until next time, I'm Walt, K4OGO. Stay salty, my friends.